On the afternoon of March 6, 1959, 9-year-old Candice Rogers left her home in West Central Spokane to sell campfire mints in her neighborhood. Hours passed with no sign of her return, leading to despair for her family. After 2 agonizing weeks and extensive search efforts, Candice's lifeless body was discovered deep in the woods, far from her home. Despite a tireless investigation, the mystery surrounding her death remained unsolved for decades. However, the truth eventually came to light over 6 decades later. What could have possibly happened on that fateful day when Candice disappeared without a trace, leaving her family in agonizing despair? And who could have committed such a heinous act? Stay tuned as we reveal the twists and turns, the clues and secrets, and the extraordinary revelation that has finally cracked the cold case of Candice Rogers. Candice Rogers was born in 1950 to parents Elaine and Carl Rogers. After her parents' divorce, she remained in the care of her mother, Elaine, a schoolteacher who did her best to provide for Candice. Candice was a popular and friendly girl, active in the community and involved in the Bluebirds, a youth organization associated with the Camp Fire Girls, which aimed to promote personal growth, self-reliance, and a connection to nature. On March 6, 1959, Candice left home to sell campfire mints, intending to fundraise for the Bluebirds. Candice left home around 4 p.m. Several girls her age were also selling chocolate door-to-door that day, but Candice never returned home. As evening approached, Elaine grew worried. It was unlike Candice to be out so late. Around 6 p.m., she informed Candice's grandfather, Stanley Newton, and soon, a small group of people were searching for her. Tragically, around 7 p.m., Candice's grandfather and his friends had a near miss with a speeding car while searching for her. The authorities were notified, and a larger search effort began. Police officers, sheriff's deputies, and even the Air Force with a helicopter joined in. Despite everyone's efforts, Candice remained missing. Days turned into weeks, and Elaine's anguish deepened. The uncertainty of her daughter's whereabouts was unbearable. Finally, on March 22, 1959, 16 days after Candice's disappearance, 2 airmen hunting woodchucks found a pair of small blue suede shoes in a wooded area 7 miles from Candice's home. Her clothes were torn, her feet bound, and a strip of cloth wrapped around her neck. An autopsy revealed that Candice had been abused and strangled to death. Detectives launched an investigation, but were unable to identify the culprit, describing the search as looking for a maniac. Authorities initially suspected serial killer Hugh Bayern Morse due to a strange grape gum smell found on Candice's clothes. But with no concrete evidence, they couldn't charge him. The case had several leads but no breakthroughs. In 2001, advancements in DNA technology offered hope. DNA from Candice's clothes was analyzed, leading to a profile of the killer's DNA. However, it didn't match Morse or anyone else in the database. The case went cold again. In 2017, forensic genetic genealogy emerged as a new tool for cold cases. Candice's DNA sample was sent to Othram, a lab skilled in handling degraded DNA. They identified 3 brothers as possible suspects: John, Andrew, and Terry Hoff. All 3 were deceased, but John had a daughter named Kathy. Kathy provided a DNA sample, and it was 2.9 million times more likely to match the suspect's DNA profile than the general population. John, who had grown up near Candice's home, had a criminal history of assault. Detectives exhumed John's remains for confirmation. The DNA from his corpse matched Candice's killer. Do you think it's important to keep unsolved cases in the public eye, even if many years have passed since the crime? And are there any other unsolved mysteries or cold cases that you find particularly intriguing? Leave your answers in the comments section below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys soon.